ever stopped to marvel at a creature that feels like a living contradiction? A bird that abandoned the endless freedom of the sky only to claim the crushing silence of the ocean as its true home? Imagine a creature that thrives where life itself seems impossible, navigating razor-sharp winds and endless cold with quiet dignity. To human eyes, they look almost absurd, little gentlemen in black and white tuxedos wandering through a frozen wasteland as if they were headed to a grand gala that should not exist. This, of course, is the penguin. To the casual observer, penguins are figures of comedy. We watch them waddle clumsily across the ice, slide on their bellies with childlike delight, and stumble in ways that make us laugh. We label them cute. We find comfort in their awkwardness. But today, I invite you to look closer, to look past the surface of the ice. Because beneath that charming exterior lies one of nature's most precise and unforgiving masterpieces of evolutionary design. Nothing about the penguin is accidental. Every movement, every feature, every instinct exists for one purpose: survival. Today, we peel back the frost to reveal the penguin's true nature. We will witness their daily battle against extreme cold, their astonishing athletic power beneath the sapphire waves, and the quiet, profound devotion that defines their lives. This is not merely the story of a bird. It is a story of resilience, written in black and white at the very edge of the world. At its heart, a penguin is a bird kin to the soaring eagle and the melodic lark. Yet millions of years ago, they made a radical choice. They traded the vast freedom of the sky for the crushing mystery of the sea. Their wings did not weaken or wither away. They transformed. Evolution reshaped them into stiff, powerful flippers, built not for air, but for water. When a penguin enters the ocean, it does not simply swim, it flies. This is underwater flight, a mastery of fluid dynamics that allows penguins to slice through the sea with speed and precision, moving like silver needles through the tide. Every movement is efficient, every stroke is purposeful. In the water, the penguin is not awkward, it is unstoppable. And do not let the maps deceive you. Though we often bind penguins to the South Pole, they are not creatures of one place. They are a global diaspora, spread across the southern hemisphere. From the windswept shores of South Africa to the volcanic crags of the Galapagos, these 18 distinct species remind us of a deeper truth. Life does not merely endure, it adapts. Penguins are pioneers. They colonize the margins of the world, thriving where others retreat. They are living proof that survival belongs not to those who cling to the past, but to those willing to change. Antarctica is a cathedral of white, a desolate altar where the wind speaks in whispers of -50 degrees. It is a place where exposure means death, and survival demands perfection. To endure this world, the penguin wears its first line of defense, a thick mantle of blubber, a living furnace that traps the fragile spark of life deep within its body. This layer does more than insulate. It allows penguins to dive into icy seas that would steal heat from most creatures in seconds. Over this living shield, penguins don a second marvel of design, a coat of feathers so dense it forms a waterproof, vacuum-sealed armor. Air is trapped between each feather, creating a barrier the freezing ocean simply cannot penetrate. While the sea bites and claws at their bodies, the penguin remains warm, dry, and alive. Nothing here is accidental. Every layer exists for survival. But the penguin's greatest defense is not physical. It is social. When polar storms rise and the wind screams across the ice, penguins gather into a huddle, a living, breathing organism made of thousands of bodies and thousands of heartbeats. They press together, sharing warmth, sharing energy, sharing life itself. In a slow, deliberate rotation, those on the freezing edge move inward while the warmed core shifts outward to face the storm. No command is given, no leader calls the change. It is cooperation, written into instinct. In this frozen world, the penguin teaches a simple truth. In the harshest conditions on Earth, survival is never achieved alone. On land, the penguin is a poet of the awkward. We smile at its waddling steps and clumsy balance. But the moment it breaks the surface of the water, the comedy vanishes. In the ocean, penguins transform into silver streaks of lightning, moving with astonishing speed, reaching up to 15 kilometers per hour. They plunge into the shadowy abyss, where light thins and silence dominates. There, penguins hunt with precision, guided by eyes evolved to detect the faintest shimmer of prey. Fish and squid have little warning. What appears playful above the surface becomes focused, efficient predation below it. Their physiology is finely tuned for this world. Penguins can slow their heart rate, conserving oxygen and stretching each breath far beyond human limits. Even their strangest behavior serves a purpose. Penguins swallow small stones, pebbles that act as internal ballast, helping them stabilize against turbulent currents and maintain control during deep dives. Every feather, every bone, every beat of their flippers is the result of millions of years of evolutionary pressure. Clumsy in one world, nearly godlike in the other, the penguin reigns where humans cannot follow. Beyond the hunt, there is the heart. In a colony of tens of thousands, chaos reigns, yet a penguin can recognize the exact frequency of its partner's voice through a storm of sound. Nowhere is this devotion more powerful than in the life of the emperor penguin. When the female departs for the open sea, the male remains behind, standing guard through 2 months of darkness and ice. He balances the egg upon his feet, shielding it with his own flesh against winds exceeding 200 kilometers per hour. He does not eat, he barely moves. This is not instinct alone, it is endurance sharpened by sacrifice. A father becoming a living fortress at the edge of the world. Their survival is a duet, a silent vow repeated across generations, echoing through the frozen ages. Why do we study them? Because they are our sentinels. They are the canaries in the coal mine for our planet. When the penguins vanish, the sea is speaking, telling a story of imbalance, of warming waters, of systems pushed too far. To protect them is to protect the pulse of the Earth itself. The penguin may never touch the clouds, but they have conquered a world far more demanding. They prove that survival is not about sheer force, but about adaptation and the unwavering will to endure. Behind the waddle is a warrior. Behind the tuxedo is a soul shaped by the ice. They are nature's greatest triumph, a reminder that even in the darkest corners, life finds a way to dress up, show up, and thrive.